Good morning. It's icy, it's cold, it's dark. It can only mean one thing. I couldn't have said it better myself. Morning. Right, where are we today and what are we going to do today? Well, I'm at Teignmouth. I'm at a place called Polly Steps, which is there on the map. Today we are heading for Red Rock to see if we can do it. Let's flip the camera around and show what kind of day we got. It's early morning, it's about 8 o'clock, last day of the December. So there it is, folks. There's the view back to Teignmouth and the Ness. We're not actually that far from this Showden Bridge, but there's a bit of a breeze picked up which will be in our face on the way up but be with us on the way back, as will the tides, because they're pretty high anytime soon. I'm going to also check out some different stuff to wear on your hands, so I've got some different gloves on today, a few tips on staying warm when it's blooming cold. It's time to get out onto that water. Let's do this. Hang on, one thing. Where are we going? Have a look, quick look there. Yeah, right up there, opposite to Coombe Cellars. Red Rock. Can we get there today? Bit of a big task. Let's see.
Come gather round, people, wherever you want, and admit that the waters around you are cold. Accept that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming. You sink like a stone, for the times they are changing.
Well, it is cold, folks, and I've underestimated the tide. Oh, bloody hell. Strong old tide in my face. Fingerless gloves, no good, I'm bloody freezing. I've got 3mm Neos on now, which is definitely better, but I've just decided a moment ago, put my hat on. Not only does it look great, but I'll get my body temperature right up, and that will hopefully warm my fingers up. Not too bad, just the tips. I've just got to pick away up to Flow Point and onwards, because the tide and the wind are both working against me, so I'm hugging the sides. That's what you do in the tide, folks, you hug the sides. Let's do this.
Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging, so get out your new one. You can't lend a hand, for the times they are changing.
See that in front of me, how the water almost is got a boundary between ripply water that's flowing out faster than the stuff on the side. That is actually called the Jacobson phenomenon, believe it or not. And what the Jacobson phenomenon is where water flows more rapidly through the midsection than on the wind side, out of the wind bit on the side a bit, near the banks. Yes. And you can see there that it's almost like a line running right through and all the way back to Teignmouth. Look. So I've been on the left hand side of that line as we're looking at it. So folks, when you are sailing up the river or down the river, look out for the Jacobson phenomenon. And also, if I can zoom in, those dots out there, what are they, you ask? Those dots over there are oyster catchers. And on we go towards Flow Point and ultimately Red Rock. Surely not, Steve Dog, surely we can't get there. Let's find out. forgot to say that since putting my hat on, within about 2 or 3 minutes, my fingers are toasty. 3 Neo and a hat. The hat is the key, folks. The hat, bizarrely, is remarkable. I don't know what half of these birds are, but here I'm at Red Rock, folks. What a paddle. You can see I'm moving. I've just stopped for a moment and I'm flowing back, so I'd better stop this recording and get back in and get some brekkie. Let's get onto Red Rock. Red Rock there, folks. It's taken me a solid hour and a half to get here. I think the thing to do now is get up on Red Rock and check out the view and have some brekkie. Whew. So here we are, folks. Check out the view. Lots of different bird life singing away here. There's the paddleboard down there. Whew, that was a long way. It will be easy getting back. It should be easy getting back. Hi, folks. So, Lalcio Dewberry down. Hi folks, so Lalcio Dewberry down, got me drink and got a bar to eat today. This is a special case. A lot of people will be pleased to see me eating that, because I know you think that I'm getting a bit too thin. Oh, I see. Right, what have I learned today? These fingerless, like yachting gloves, are actually fine when you got warmed up, but it's -1 when I got out of the car earlier. It was really cold. They didn't cut it, so I had to put on 2 or 3 mil neoprene gloves. Hands are still cold, but my body hadn't really got up to speed. Chucked the old hat on, made a phenomenal difference. So chucking a hat on, and then actually after a while my hands were too hot, so then I wanted to change back to these. So there you go, folks. I've also got a neoprene wrapper sort of thing. I'll show you a little picture there around the shaft of the paddle. Now the paddle's a carbon paddle anyway. That thing, I don't know if it works or not. It sort of feels soft and it's quite nice to have on the paddle. You can slide it up and down as you're going along if you don't, if it's in your way. Bit of variety, nothing wrong with that. So why Red Rock? Why come to Red Rock, Steve Dog? Well, I'm probably about 1.5 miles from where I live at the moment. Maybe a little tiny bit more, but not much further. And this is somewhere which I probably came here last time 45 years ago, I reckon. And I know some of you are thinking, what, Steve Dog, when you were -5? And the answer would be no, when I was about 5 years old. And then you're all baffled, thinking, what, you're so dynamic at 50, because some of you are quick with your maths. I'm saying, yes, I am. And it's not because I eat lard, which I don't. Anyway, I haven't been here for absolutely years, but it's somewhere I just wanted to come back to, because we used to come here when we were kids, little tiny kids. And my mum and dad, and my uncle and my nan and grandpa would come here with us. And that boat there's from Jaws. I think they needed a bigger boat than that one, but we used to come here and they used to rake cockles and stuff. And we used to we probably had a little barbecue down here under the rock sometimes. I remember it was raining once. There's a tree on top of the rock, and they used to rake cockles and stuff, and me and my brothers would just muck around here, and it's great. And that's it really, just coming back to somewhere where we used to be. And that's the beauty of the paddleboard, because this isn't a very accessible place really. So there you go, that is why. It's not really a particularly strong reason why, but it's on my doorstep. You can't travel very far at the moment with being in tier 3. You're meant to stay very local, but I'm staying local and I'm out on my own, and it's a good way of exercising. So check in with base, let the boss lady know that I'm where I am, etc. And I'm going to head back, but I reckon I'll get out in the middle of that river, and with the flow of the tide and a bit of a breeze in the back, it's only going to take me 20 minutes to get back, or half an hour, not even that, I don't know. Right, so I don't know if you can hear me or not, but my phone camera's run out of juice, so I just thought I'd take the opportunity to use this other GoPro. Now, isn't it bizarre? I've been paddling like a madman, like a wild man, all the way up here, and now look, it's gone. It's just stopped. The wind, if you can see, there is nothing. Riskily opening the case on this GoPro, so you can hear me a bit better. I'm just sailing along here at a probably good walking pace, just doing nothing really. I can't believe how still it is. Why did that happen? Why is it I was going into the wind all the way, and then 10 minutes later it's like gone? What is all that about? There's nothing now. Even the Jacobson phenomenon appears to have disappeared, which is remarkable. Today was always going to be a face-off between the Jacobson phenomenon and Red Rock. It was almost like the Jacobson phenomenon versus Red Rock. I'm not sure there was a winner today. I'm not sure there was a winner between those two phenomenon men. None. But one thing I do know is I'm drifting back towards Teignmouth. Our train goes past. GWR there, folks. GWR for all you train enthusiasts. Just saw a Virgin just go by a minute ago. That's a train. And there's a GWR. Okay, folks. On we go. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I underestimated the tides, I will admit, and I always sort of dismiss them, but I think when you're going up an estuary or a river, yeah, you need to be going upstream or upwind or whatever to start with, because that's where it really is hard work, and you can always quit and just drift back to where you started from. So that's the first thing. Second thing, regulation of heat. So hat's going to go back on now because I'm cooling down a bit. Of course, with the wind in my back, I don't have to work so hard, so I can take it easy and relax, doss a little bit. So of course, not working so hard, so body temperature drops, starting to get a little tiny bit colder, even in this 5mm wetsuit. And I haven't been in the drink either, but would that make a big difference? Don't know. I'm not going in the drink today because it looks muddy and I won't get good footage, that's why. But anyway, just hope you've enjoyed this. Few ideas hopefully on there for just trying to stay warm. I think the biggest thing is a hat, and have a variety of gloves in your bag. That's useful because then you can always switch and change, because the thicker ones keep your hands warmer, but eventually your hands get a bit sweaty. And as I said earlier, this little neoprene gubbins on here is alright, you know. It costs £1 or something, or £2. You can't go wrong really. So let's get back to shore and wrap this video up. since I left, the water level has dropped right down and there's a strong old current going through now. This is sped up, but I'm still going at a right old rate at the moment. So on my knees, just because there's lots of buoys, ropes, boats, all sorts in the water, rocks, all sorts of stuff. So just playing it a bit safe and just drifting along. Look, so just amazing to be going along at such a whack down through here. Bit of a forward view coming through here. Have a look at this. And of course, put that camera away quickly, Steve. Dog, and now back in the old dry bag. Look, and I'll just head in now to the end point, or the start point, whichever way you're looking at it.
You beat me by 3 minutes. I give you a 4-minute start, so technically I win. Sorry? I didn't. No, I didn't fall in. I almost did a minute ago, just coming under the bridge there. Yeah, that nearly took me flat. It did take me by surprise, but no, I didn't fall in, so. So there you go, folks. Back at Polly Steps. You can perhaps see now the river is in full flow behind me. Another train just going by there for you train enthusiasts. Don't underestimate the tides. And just be careful out there, folks. But whatever you do, get in if you can, if it's safe to do so, because it's really good to do. And this morning was glorious. Hopefully that's come across on the camera. Catch you guys next time on Steve Dog's Paddleboarding, Schmaddleboarding Diaries.